We're on the court. It's 57-57, going on a 1-0 run, and playing with all the big guards, the big wings. What did you just notice about the defense during that sequence and everything?
Yeah, I felt like we were getting stops and rebounding the ball really well. I think Leo came up with 2 big rebounds. With that lineup, a lot of switches, a lot of activity. We were able to capitalize on the other end. But we talked about just running a lot of movement. But we didn't really have to run anything because our defense was resulting in some fast break points and offense. So yeah, it was good. I think it all started on the defensive end.
Courtney, beyond the obvious goal of home court advantage with the number 1 seed, what would you say is the biggest goal over the final 7 games?
I think to make sure we're playing our best basketball. It's a long regular season, and we've had a lot of lineup changes in terms of injuries and all of these things. Just making sure that we're playing New York Liberty basketball at the right time going into the postseason.
To follow up on that, if I may, this team everyone has spoken about quote not peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
But so in your ideal vision, what does peaking at the right time look like?
It looks like we're clicking on all cylinders, both defensively and offensively. I think tonight was that at all times, but there's just being able to put like a full game together. I think we see glimpses of it, and we're like, okay, this is what we want to look like. But we got to make sure that we're playing that for 40 minutes because 20 minutes, 30 minutes isn't going to get it done in the playoffs.
I noticed that you wore a shirt with Vice President Kamala Harris's face on it with the word Prez. I'm just curious what the intent was in wearing it tonight, and if there's anything you'd like to say about wearing it.
Yeah, I think just showing my support, and I think as a league-wide, it's a whole movement. It wasn't just me wearing the shirt; we were all wearing it. It's just to show our support for Vice President.
And I know it's been hard to sort of follow the selection and what's been going on with the jam-packed season, but what stands out to you about Kamala Harris, and what have you been able to see in between game after game?
Yeah, to be honest, not a lot. Sure. Not a lot. But, the election, unfortunately, is until November. I'll be out voting,
so. How you doing? Congrats on the win. 405 starters scored in double figures. You finished the game with a plus 14 team high. You had 2 steals and a block shot. You've been really, really active on the defensive end. Can you just talk about how important it's been for you just to come out and get that type of imprint on the defensive end?
Yeah, I think that's been a big focus of mine individually, just being on the defensive end and being able to make an impact. Because I just, with my minutes being what they are, that's kind of where I can make my impact. You don't really need me to make a lot of plays on the offensive end. We have so many of those some games, and so it turns out to be a defensive end. A lot of the times I'm starting on a really elite guard because of the size or whatever it be. And Jewel is one of those. Today I wanted to really make an impact on the defensive end and make things hard for her.
And you really did make an impact on Jewel. Could you just talk about how you was defending Jewel? She, I think, held them to single digits for most of the game. So how was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's with Jewel, when she's on, and she's tough to stop. So I was trying to fight through screens, be a little bit physical with her, make sure she can't just have all the space because she's dangerous in space. And fortunately tonight she didn't have one of those nights where she was on. But yeah, just trying to make things hard for her.
So what goes into that defensive effectiveness? Obviously you guys have the pieces, you have the length, but what intangibles actually go into making it look as seamless as it does tonight?
I think it's a lot of communication and making sure we're all on the same page. We're all in the right schemes. We're all focused on things. It's knowing your opponent. Obviously we played them back to back, and so that was nice, just being able to see them. And then we had 5 days in between to really hone in on how we can defend them. This is a playoff team, and this is somebody that we can see later. So just making sure that we're on a string, everybody is communicating, and we're really knowing when to switch, when we're not switching. All of the things, I think that's really important.
Benoit was back in the starting lineup for the first time since the injury. I'm just curious what you made of her performance, and was this sort of vintage beat that you guys were seeing?
I think it's current beat. She has been incredible for us. We missed her while she was gone. Even though when she was out of the starting lineup, she was still impacting the game at a really high level. So it was nice to see her back in the lineup. She's comfortable there. You could see it. She made a lot of big plays.
To continue on the theme of defense, this is the 11th game of the season that the Liberty have held a team under 70. It's also the 4th game in Liberty history where the team has had 10 steals. What have you seen as the biggest defensive jumps with this team compared to last season?
Yeah, I think it's roster, it's our size. You know, a lot of the time we have that big lineup in it. With a 6'4" wing, that makes a big difference on the defensive end. And, you know, we're kind of laid the foundation last year. It wasn't always perfect, but we're building. I think a lot of those components go into it.
With another crowd tonight of 10,000 plus, you have Flav here, Dwayne Wade, had big names coming through, you know, all season long, and you're a veteran of this league. I'm wondering if you could reflect on how the excitement around this league has kind of developed over the years that you've been playing.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. The game has really grown. People are showing up. And, you know, it's just almost like we're taking it for granted here because it's been like this for the last 2 years. Every single night the fans show up. It's just in a crazy environment. So it's almost like we expect it. And, you know, it's awesome to be a part of. The energy is high. And I know people that are in the New York area, they want to come to a game, always. And, you know, it's just it's a fun environment, especially because I come from the time when it wasn't like that. You know, I've been around played in a lot of empty arenas, and so it's great to see where the league's at.
What do you think of the things that Steve has a 6'4" wing?
Yeah, she's intangibles. You know, she just plays her role to perfection. You know, she's a big part for us. Like today, I think she only had 5 and something, but it felt like she was just impacting the game out there. Like I told her, like, man, you had a great game. She was just always in the right spot. She makes the right cut. She makes the right play. She comes up with the big boards. You know, she's just one of those utility players that can really shoot the heck out of it. And that's great for us.
Do you want to talk about just maybe earlier on? It's kind of this trying to do some similarities around the other controls and things that you guys did last season. Do you kind of see the similarities between the teams? Kind of like when players come together, the players are trying to bring together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you watch Seattle, you kind of see the same. One night they're having all clicking, and then other nights they're trying to figure it out. You know, that's part of it. That's part of growing through the growth of it. And you know, we have a lot of good players. They're dangerous. They're in a good spot. You know, figure it out.
Finish with Brock.
Hi, Courtney. Hi. Another big win against a playoff team, and what do you think it says about the group that you're able to sort of like increase your level of play against even tougher competition?
Yeah, you know, that's how you win championships. You beat the best teams in the league, and you know that's our main goal. Is we're trying to fight for you know home court advantage, playing at the right way, beating teams that we're going to see in the playoffs. You know, just setting the tone, especially protecting home floor, home court. You know, those are the things that you know we know that this is all building, and then once the playoffs start, it's a whole new season. So. You know, it's important to kind of lay this now, make sure that we're playing our best basketball when we see them again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
First, take me through just how you like to stay ready, just coming at a time when the team will beat you.
Yeah. I mean, you already said it. Just being ready. You know, when I step on the court, I just want to make an impact. I did in a way. Even though I wasn't able to get more minutes, I just did the best that I can with the minutes that I had. So.
Also, I noticed you wore a shirt with Vice President Kamala Harris's face on it. It said the word Prez. I'm just curious what the intent was in wearing it, and if there's anything you'd like to say about it.
Just it's pretty simple. Vote for Kamala. I mean, yeah. I mean there's not much you can say. Just vote for Kamala. So.
Who designed it? Where did you get it from?
The WNBA, I think. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I apologize that I don't know that, but yeah, I think everyone got 2 shirts. We got that one, and then another one that says. I think Jalen has a shirt, but I don't know what it says.
Empower women.
Yeah. What is it?
Empower women.
Something like that. Yes.
Empower women,
Empower women, empower.
There you go. That's the one.
So if you look at the ad, can you appreciate
Yes,
that?
of course.
Kennedy, tonight's game is kind of a bit of a reminder of how important home court advantage
It is.
Tonight's win, you know, secures home court advantage, at least in the first round. You guys out have bigger aspirations. What does a night like tonight mean where, you know, there's kind of the first Ellie wave of September, Dwayne Wade, Flavor here. So what does tonight say about home court advantage that you guys are so here to get?
I mean, if we wouldn't have home court advantage without our fans. I feel like we have the best fans in the league. I say it all the time because I really mean it, and they play a huge part in that. So.
I'll go. Hi, Kennedy. So tonight was the second ever West Indian night. Obviously, you haven't had a many percent. How important is it to just play for an organization that's willing to embrace so many cultures and put them on display?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, honestly, because not a lot of people know about these other countries that are around the world. And JJ being able to represent her country, I wasn't able to represent my country, but it's okay. But I feel like this night really showed that we have a really true appreciation for all cultures and all countries. So.
Kennedy, you only played 7 minutes tonight, but you were still a plus 13 off the bench. Played really good defense.
Thank you.
Can you just talk about, you guys are fully healthy again. Obviously, you guys are going to have to make sacrifices with minutes. Can you just talk about the role that everybody on the bench is filling right now, like yourself and KT and Leo, obviously might have in the sacrifices?
Yeah, I mean, Sandy says it a lot. Just when your name is called, you just have to be ready. And no matter what, just to get spark on the floor, whether it's being a defensive threat or getting those buckets when we really need it.
Where were you when Flavor Flav was hyping up the crowd? Because I
was in the zone. I mean, I was taking peeks at him. I was like, oh, that's Flavor Flav. But we were already on the court, kind of huddling and talking about the next play and what we got to do on defense. But I took a quick look. I was like, oh, that's Flavor Flav. So it was good seeing him. So
Kenny,
yeah.
kind of bounce off of that. Coach Brundell has mentioned off that conversation where she let you know your role was going to change. But how does it feel to know that your role in all this, in the grand scheme of this title run, has become indispensable?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that she has trusted me in those tough moments. And I know last time we played Seattle, I wasn't able to get in the game, which is fine. But I was able to make a difference this game, and I'm glad I just got those few minutes that I had, and I was able to just be a difference maker for my team. So.
You got regular season sweep votes out of, I believe, the votes out of 10
Is that
votes.
it? Is that no more games? Okay, so Thursday. Yeah, it's nice.
Averaging 10 points. First lady sweep. Is that really how that has worked?
It's our ability to never give up. I know when we were in Seattle, we kind of had that. We were kind of down, and I don't know. I think it was the second or third quarter, but we came back, and that really showed what kind of a team that we are. And our defense is it's our moneymaker, and our defense leads to our offense. So.
When you entered the game, Seattle went 5 minutes without scoring. You were part of that lineup. It's long, switching a lot. How does it feel? Can you feel kind of the activity going out when you're out there?
Oh yeah, especially with all the big guards and Stewie, me, Leo. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, we're just doing what we have to do, doing our job really well.
Finish with John.
KB, tonight you guys have 4 starters in double digits. You guys are starting to get healthy. These are all the ingredients, right as the playoffs are rapidly approaching. What's your mindset? What is the team mindset heading to the playoffs?
Being ready, no matter what. A lot of teams are coming after us. We just have to be ready. Play our best game, no matter what. And yeah, but at the same time, just always have fun with it, So.
Thanks, KB.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you guys so much.
I like that